All right, guys, so today we're going to be installing some DV8 rear bed slides, rock slides, whatever you want to call them, on my 2020 Gladiator. They're going to cover this portion right here. I have, I'll show you. This piece right here is going to sit up kind of right around there. Truthfully, I'm not a huge fan of this the DV8 stuff, but these are really the only option as for rear sliders that's out there on the market right now, besides the factory Rubicon ones. And Fab Fours also makes a full rear bumper that kind of comes around and goes up, but to me it's a bit bulky and just not the style. So yeah, so essentially this is what you get in the direction. This is what you get with the kit. You get left and right bracket, some nut inserts, and a bunch of hardware. No directions or anything like that. I honestly didn't even check to see if they're online, but you know, this stuff, I'm actually pretty impressed with the quality. Actually, they're pretty heavy and pretty thick, so I think they'll do a good job. So all right, so what you're gonna do is just gonna kind of divide the hardware up, you know, and just kind of get everything. There's some bigger bolts and there's some smaller ones. Just gonna kind of divide everything up evenly right now. There's a lock washer, big flat washer. So we got all this. Should be three of these, and then we got 6 of these. Gonna get one of these nut inserts on each side, and you're gonna get your this guy here is gonna be the one where that's angled. That's gonna be your right, and this one right here, that's gonna be your left. So you want the DV8 in the front. And then on the brackets here, they're not marked or anything like that, but up under here, up on the frame, you have factory nut inserts, welded nuts, and it's also going to use that hole. That's where the nut insert's going to go in. And then what I kind of did, I just kind of went with the holes on the bracket. This one's up a little higher, down low, and down low, so kind of determine that's that side there. So, and that's kind of be like placed up, gets tucked up nice and tight like that. It's kind of hard to see, but all right. So I got the plate kind of up just to show you how it goes up. It's just kind of hard doing it with one hand. So the first 2 bolts are going to go in the factory nut inserts like that, and again the plate's going to be tucked up nice and tight like that. And then what you do, you get this nut insert here. It's going to go up in the frame at an angle like that, and you kind of, it's going to go through that hole right there. And that's where you're going to take your the last nut, the last bolt, and it's going to kind of thread into that like that. All right, so I got the bolts kind of snug, but I left it not too tight just to give this some play to adjust it if the sliders need to move at an angle, because these are kind of notched out. I saw that this kind of lines up perfect with the trailer hitch bracket, and also this weld. It kind of drops down and it can line up perfect with that, so I just kind of left it loose. Next, you're going to take your slider here. You got holes on the slider, and then it's going to go into these bolts right here. So going to get those up and kind of line everything up, and it's going to kind of bolt up like that. And as you can see, it's going to hit, so I'm probably going to have to drop that that bracket down. So go ahead and do that. All right, so I got the bolts all up. See, there's 6 of them here. I just left them loose. You can kind of get the general gist. Leave this plastic on. I don't know if you're supposed to take it off, but I left it on. I just don't want rubbing against the body or anything like that. It's a pretty tight fit. I honestly kind of wish there was a little bit more gap, because if this gets hit hard enough, I think it might push the bed up, but it's definitely better protection than not having anything. Even the bracket overall is pretty solid. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of shimmy this around and line it up, see if I can get a better fitment and better gaps all around, and then kind of tighten it up, and we'll see how it goes. So the driver's side is a little bit different. The exhaust is in the way, so what you're going to do, you're going to lower the exhaust, stick the bracket up. It's 2 13mm bolts for the exhaust hanger. You're going to pull each of those down, and then it'll drop the exhaust low enough to get that right. So I got the got everything on. Kind of fits a little tight through here, but one thing I do want to show is the exhaust is pretty tight through here, and it's actually almost hitting, or it might be actually hitting the bracket. So I wasn't able to put that last bolt in. I don't see an issue with this if you have an aftermarket exhaust, but I wasn't able to get the exhaust hanger back up because of that bolt. So I just removed that one bolt until I can get an aftermarket exhaust. But other than that, they're on.